Hey guys, welcome to Know Your Mojo Sports Edition, the best trivia game in the world. I think it's already the best trivia game in the world.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Or
I think we're off to a really good start.
My name is Julian. I'm with Noah. You normally see him on Junior Mojo. We get to hang out in studio today. Noah, how are you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. I'm really excited. This is my live debut, but I'm really pumped. I'm excited to do some sports trivia.
Oh yeah?
I mean, I'm not much of a sports guy. I mean, you didn't exactly luck out again. I know Jem and I are not the biggest sports guys in the world, but we have you for that.
That's totally fine. You know, this is the game where you get to test out your sports acumen, whether it be beginner, intermediate, or a little bit more advanced. The game is simple. We have 10 questions. We ask a question out. You get to respond in the live chat that we have set. Noah's going to be checking our computer for that. The first person to get it right, we're going to give away some Mojo merch. So we'll have more details on how you can get that Mojo merch. I don't know if we want to go into it now or we want to save it for the end, or...
I guess we'll get into it a little later at the end of the show.
Stick around for the end of the show and you'll figure out how to get yourself some Mojo merch and other cool prizes.
Yes.
So without further ado, let's jump into these questions,
Let's do it.
This first one I think is pretty easy. This is a pretty easy question. Who holds the all-time passing yards record for the San Francisco 49ers? So this is a football question.
It's a football question.
What do you know about football?
Okay, so touchdowns.
Sure.
Right?
Yes.
That's a big part.
That's a big one.
That's what we want to do.
Yes.
Okay, so, and I know in Canadian football and American football, the difference is it's 2 downs and 3 downs.
It's 3 and 4.
I knew that. So it's that Brett Favre, he played football.
Yes, he did play football. He retired and then played football again, and then retired and then did it again.
That seems like too much effort. I mean,
imagine like years ago when this was all happening.
Yeah, it must have been very stressful. Another player is Eli Manning. He hosted Saturday Night Live. That's a fun fact.
Yeah.
I know, that's what I know about football.
Has anyone written the answer yet in our comments?
Yes, we actually did. We did get the answer.
All right.
So the first person to get it right was Mr. Ryan W, and he said Joe Montana.
Joe Montana, 35,124 yards. He holds the all-time passing yards record for the San Francisco 49ers. I told you it was an easy one.
Yeah, I mean, it was pretty straightforward.
I think so, yeah. And also, like, I mean, when you really think about like all the history of the quarterbacks that have gone through San Francisco, one shines above the rest, and then it's Steve Young, number 2, but Joe Montana is the guy. Some people even consider him to be the GOAT. Are you familiar with the term the GOAT?
Yes, I listen to hip hop, so GOAT is the greatest of all time. That's where I know that term from. That's what I know that to be. So like,
you listen to hip hop, that's it. That's how you know.
Well, that's where I know that to come from. It's Kendrick Lamar is the GOAT. Like, that's an example of that.
Noah, this is going to be a very fun show.
I think we're going to have fun.
Yes, I think so. Let's move on to question number 2.
Okay.
We have a video for this one.
Wow,
this one's going to be pretty fun. If you don't mind, let's play this clip here. And it's also a hockey question as well.
Yes, it is a hockey
so
question.
This is going to be a fun one here. Let's play this clip before we get to question number 2, which actually you can actually see at the bottom of our screen. It's a really fun one here. Another hockey one. Actually, I don't think I did a hockey one last week.
Really?
Yeah, no.
I know a little more about hockey. I'm a little better.
Stole the show, starring in one of the most iconic moments in hockey history.
Joe Shagging immediately turns and hands it to Racetrack, who lifts it up and over his head. Racetrack, 22 years, has waited for this moment.
Joe had an incredible year that year, but I tell him.
So there we go. In that clip, we see Raymond Bourque, who a Boston Bruins legend, who near the turn of the century was traded to the Colorado Avalanche, gets himself his first and only Stanley Cup. The question we have for you guys: who did Bourque and the Colorado Avalanche defeat to win that Stanley Cup in 2001? That team that they defeated was the best team in the Eastern Conference that year, if that helps.
I mean, I'm sure it'll help some people, not me. I mean, I'm doing my best to keep with the hockey stuff. Raymond Bourque seems like a cool guy.
He was a really good defenseman.
Okay.
He's an outstanding defenseman. Spent like a great deal of his years in Boston, a household name there, even still. But again, him winning that Stanley Cup with the Colorado Avalanche, a massive deal in 2001. They did that against who? Maybe you can come up with the answers in the comments.
Yes.
Do we have an answer?
We have a few answers. Eric Foreman, not to be confused, or maybe perhaps to be confused
maybe it is.
with the Topher Grace character from that 70s show.
Yeah.
Stacey Bertrand said the Detroit Red Wings. Polish Dance Girl says the Polar Bears, which I don't know exactly what. I don't know what that refers to.
I don't think we have polar bears.
No, but the correct answer from John Shane is the Devils, the New Jersey Devils.
John Shane, yes, you have question 2 right. The New Jersey Devils were the team that lost to the Colorado Avalanche in 2001. Let's move on to question number 3. In 1995, Reggie Miller, this is a basketball question.
Okay.
Reggie Miller scored 8 points in 8.9 seconds to give the Indiana Pacers a playoff win. Against which team did Reggie score those 8 points in 8.9 seconds?
I don't know. You looked at me like I was going to know the answer, but I don't know.
Well, I look at you expecting you to know every answer,
Why?
even if you are not a sports person.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, I should just have accumulated this general knowledge.
Exactly.
Well, what should I know about Reggie Miller?
Reggie Miller works with TNT now as a basketball analyst. He had a fun rivalry with this answer, with this team, actually.
Really?
I'm not sure if you knew, but Spike Lee is actually a big fan of the team that is the answer to this question.
Really?
He could be seen at games, sitting courtside. There was actually one game, I think maybe a year after the game I referenced here, where Reggie Miller is running up the court. And as Spike Lee is chatting to him, Reggie Miller actually does the choke symbol towards Spike Lee.
Goodness.
Oh, yeah.
Wow. I'm a big Spike Lee guy, but I feel like there's something going on there.
So if you're a big Spike Lee guy, you should know which team he's the fan for. But I'm sure someone in the comments has gotten it.
And in fact, they have John Shane with the repeat. He got the Knicks.
The New York Knicks, yes, they are the answer to question 3. We're totally cool with repeat winners, by the way. Stay tuned for all the repeat winners, as I'm sure we might get another one in this show as well.
Entirely possible. John Shane's on fire.
John Shane is definitely on fire. Yes, he gets question 3 right. Stay tuned for more details on the prizes you can win, whether you get one prize or a repeat prize or anything like that. Get you some Mojo merch. You have some other cool stuff. Stick around for that. Question number 4. This franchise, actually, this video game franchise has actually come under fire very recently. But the question is this. Question number 4. This player, which we're showing here on the screen, was named to the cover of the newest edition of the Madden NFL franchise, Madden NFL 19. And in fact, you see there, it is Antonio Brown. Who was the other Pittsburgh Steeler to have graced the cover of Madden? So a Pittsburgh Steeler before Antonio Brown, as we just saw on the screen before, was on the cover. Who was that person?
I don't know, but there's a lot of controversy right now with Madden. A lot of stuff going on. Big Sean's song "Big Bank," which appears on the soundtrack.
Yeah, with YG and a few other artists as well.
Yes. Basically, what happened was that the word Kaepernick was censored from the song.
Yes.
And there was sort of like an outrage online.
Yeah.
Everyone on Twitter got very mad about this.
Yes, and I think Madden has released a statement since that has happened. But yes, a Big Sean lyric containing Colin Kaepernick's name was bleeped out of the song. So yeah, a lot of controversy surrounding Madden right now. But it seems as if people may still pick up this game. Madden is still a very popular franchise. We show you the photo once more. Are we any closer to figuring out who this other player was?
We've got a couple of guesses coming in. I'm not sure if anyone has gotten this yet. Stacy Bertrand guesses Jerome Bettis.
Jerome Bettis was not on the cover of Madden.
No.
That's not the answer we're looking for.
Not the answer we're looking for. So there's still...
you may remember this person. I'm going to bring the hint here. You may remember this person from Head and Shoulders commercials.
Really? I mean, he must have a great mane.
Yes.
Must have a great
He actually does have an outstanding mane. Actually, he had an outstanding mane. I'll mention the interesting fact after we get this answer, because there's something interesting about the cover he was on.
Okay.
Perhaps we can get that person. I figured this would be a
bit of a tough one.
Well, maybe it is a tough one, but I still think people might have gotten it. But again, we show you Antonio Brown on the cover of this year's Madden, who was the last Pittsburgh Steeler to have graced the cover of NFL Madden, the franchise.
I wonder, I actually don't know who it is. I can't, spoil it for anyone.
No,
I'm the best person to have on this, because I can't, accidentally say what it is. So it's still, we still got answers coming in.
Yeah.
People are not getting it yet.
That's interesting.
So we're still thinking about it.
That's really interesting.
Yeah.
And we mean for the Madden covers, we mean the straight up cover athletes. And I know there's been a few other ones, maybe like legendary editions, but I think we're strictly meaning the straight up covers one. Because I think Barry Sanders was on one, a special edition of Madden as well. But we're looking for the straight up,
And I think we found what we're looking for. Another repeat winner. We've got Mr. Ryan W.
All right.
He says Troy Polamalu.
Troy Polamalu, the Pittsburgh safety, was on the cover of Madden 08 with Arizona Cardinals receiver. Another guy who was a really great main, Larry Fitzgerald.
Really?
Yes, he was.
I don't know what Larry Fitzgerald looks like. I'm telling you, we're starting from scratch here, dude. What's his great? Is it better than Troy Polamalu's?
Well, no. Troy Polamalu's main is stuff of legend.
Yes, that's true. I knew what you were talking about when you said Head and Shoulders, because like I watch TV, I've seen those commercials, and that guy has got a fantastic head of hair. He looks like a real life Maui from Moana. He's fantastic.
Exactly. Some people still watch TV. Let's go to question number 5, and this is another clip. We're talking NASCAR now.
NASCAR?
Yeah, we're actually talking NASCAR. A couple years ago at a really famous speedway, this happened. We'll play the clip right here of what exactly happened.
One car on his roof coming across the start finish line. Still wrecking. They're wrecking everywhere. Bowyer's on fire. Jeff Gordon's wrecked. And they are still wrecking. Montoya, Stremme.
Yep, that was Clint Bowyer a couple years ago. Finished this race by sliding on the roof of his car. On which legendary racetrack did this take place?
Oh my gosh. Can you believe that?
I can believe that.
Are you a NASCAR follower, Julian?
I am not an avid NASCAR follower, but this particular race I do try to watch, at least the last few laps where it gets really interesting. Right. And in that particular year, we showed Clint Bowyer going on the roof of his car over the finish line. But the actual finish between the first and second place driver, I believe, is among the closest in this raceway's history. Oh so God. Tell us, which legendary racetrack did this finish take place? And
this one actually came together very quickly.
Yes.
So another one from Eric Foreman, Mr. Topher Grace himself. He got Daytona.
Daytona, not to be confused with the Pusha T album of the same name.
Which is fantastic.
An outstanding album. The Daytona International Speedway, that is exactly where Clint Bowyer finished the race on the roof of his car. Let's go to question number 6, another hockey question. Back in 1996, the Florida Panthers went on a run all the way to the Stanley Cup final. Since then, they've kept a tradition for their playoff games, and we'll show you the clip here exactly showing us what we mean.
Here at the Bank Atlantic Center in Sunrise. Wow! Shades of 96. The Panthers have tied this series up 1 game apiece on their home ice.
Yeah, so the Florida Panthers haven't played that many playoff games since 1996, but for the ones that they do win, they do throw this plastic object on the ice. So the question here is, what plastic objects do Panthers fans throw on the ice after a playoff goal?
First of all, that is just not nice. That is just not nice.
It's tradition.
It's tradition, I guess, but I mean, it must be distracting.
I mean, after a goal, where, you know, you're celebrating with your teammates.
I guess, yeah.
Maybe not. Not really sure about that.
But it does seem, I'm actually really surprised by what this is.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Because Da Big Jactus, that's Da Big Jactus.
Shout out Big Jactus.
Shouts out to him. He got the answer, and it is rats. Plastic rats.
Yeah.
What?
So let me explain the story to you.
Yeah.
So back in 1996, one of the players on the team found a rat in a locker room and killed it with a stick before a game. And he scored 2 goals that night with that same stick. And since then, it's just turned into this tradition. And it went all the way to the final in 1996, where they lost to Colorado, but fans just threw rats, plastic rats, of course, onto the ice. So yes, the Big Jactus, you get question 6 right.
How could you find that many rats if they were real rats?
I don't know. Insane. I'm sure there are probably little toy stores with those rats who were probably making a killing that summer. Question number 7, we go to tennis. Serena Williams made her return to the court following the birth of her child. When was the last time Serena won a major tournament?
I don't know. I really don't know. I'm a big Serena Williams fan.
She's the GOAT.
She is the GOAT. I like her as a personality. I like her sister Venus. Those guys are really cool. They're really outspoken. They're just really strong personalities, and I love that. They're wild. I love them.
Yeah, I think Serena Williams, we don't need to say oh, she's the GOAT of women's tennis. She is the GOAT of all tennis.
Yeah, I think that's absolutely fair to say.
And I think just watching her entire career to this point has been an absolute joy to watch. And the fact that she won, I believe she won this tournament, this last tournament, the answer, while she was pregnant. So
yes, I did hear about that.
For sure. So this was obviously a big deal at the time when she won this tournament. Not that long ago, but still, it's been a minute since we've heard Serena Williams tournament winner for a major event. Anyway, do we have the answer to this question?
We do. Mr. Ryan W got 2017.
Oh, yes.
So there's that. So there we go.
Can we get the actual tournament name?
Yes, David Woodley got Wimbledon 2017.
It's not Wimbledon.
Not quite. All right. So we're still waiting on it. Still coming. We still got it going. So we did get it 2017.
Yeah, we did get it. It's actually 2017. We want the year and we want the tournament.
We want the tournament. So we're still waiting for it to come in. So there's the French Open 2017.
No.
Still coming in. All right. We got answers, we got years, we want the name of the tournament.
We got the year, we just need the name of the tournament.
Yes, that's it.
So I feel like people are just going to do the whole process of elimination thing.
Right.
Because there's really like 4 major tournaments to do.
That's pretty good.
We've pretty much crossed off 2.
So that's good. So not the French Open and it's not Wimbledon.
No.
Okay, so guys, we almost got it.
Just before, but yes, we can say it was in 2017, but what was the tournament?
There are only 4? You'd think there'd be more.
Well, there's obviously way more tournaments in the women's tennis circuit. But there's the one big major tournament that she won at, which was the last time she won a major tournament.
Mr. Ryan W says the Aussie Open 2017.
That is the answer. She defeated her sister in the final in straight sets at that tournament.
Wow.
Let's go to question number 8. During the 2001 NBA Finals, back to basketball.
Yes.
Allen Iverson. People remember, you know Allen Iverson?
I do know Allen Iverson.
Legendary player.
Yes.
Pulled off an epic crossover and made a jump shot before stepping over a Los Angeles Laker. Could you believe that? Allen Iverson didn't win that NBA Finals, but people still remember him stepping over this player.
Bit of a La La Land Moonlight kind of situation.
Really?
Yeah, because La La Land didn't win the Oscar, but people remember it as kind of like the big winner of the night, despite it was being Moonlight. So I feel like Allen Iverson is kind of the La La Land of this situation. It needs some work. Yeah,
a little bit.
I'm going to go back to the lab with that.
The question we're asking here is, who was the player who was stepped over?
Who was it? But you can't say it.
You don't know?
I don't know.
You don't know?
I can't say it.
Well, you have to know these things.
That's true. Yeah.
You have to know.
What should we know about Allen Iverson?
Allen Iverson, there are players who are playing in the NBA right now who look up to Allen Iverson. People will be like, oh, Michael Jordan was my favorite player growing up. There are a lot of people who will say Allen Iverson. He influenced the game. You see why all these players show up to games wearing suits and stuff?
Yes.
That happened directly as a result of Allen Iverson. And some of the stuff that he was wearing, and the NBA thought, no, we don't want that, so they instituted a dress code. So that's why players show up to games in suits.
And I believe we've got our answer.
Yes.
Another one from the Big Jactus. This is his second. This is his second victory thus far.
Cool.
So he wrote Tyronn Lue.
Tyronn Lue is the answer to this question.
Yes.
Tyronn Lue won the finals that year, and he is actually the 14th person to win an NBA championship as both a player and a coach.
Really?
Coached LeBron James in 2016 to win an NBA championship.
That must be really stressful. I can't imagine then again, I can't also imagine myself playing basketball professionally. That would be crazy, but I feel like to have that much pressure on your back and also having to perform for your team must be quite the burden. For sure, and especially winning as a coach in Cleveland, which had not seen a championship in like almost over 50 years. So much pressure. A lot of pressure. Well, Tyronn Lue, imagine for LeBron James. Of course. Question numero 9. Yes. Another video question. This is actually a music one, actually. Oh. We could probably bond over this one. We could go back and forth on this one. And we'll have a clip for this too. But which NBA legend was featured as a guest rapper alongside the King of Pop, Michael Jackson, on the track Too Bad? We'll play the clip here for you guys. That's a clip from Too Bad by Michael Jackson. A legendary NBA player was on this song, rapped the verse, had a bit of a rap career himself in the 90s. We were just talking about this. Yes. He had a platinum album. He has a platinum album. This person has a platinum album. Question here, who is the NBA legend / rapper on this song? We actually have an answer. See, that's it. I figured someone was gonna come up with this answer. Yeah, I feel like that one came together. Yeah, this one kind of made me laugh. Cannon Roop's Horror Talk wrote Michael Jordan. And as we all know, Michael Jordan had a career as a baseball player and as an actor.
Yes.
A really successful actor for the film Space Jam, but it's not Michael Jordan.
It is not Michael Jordan, no.
No, it is Shaq, and that is courtesy of Mr. Ryan W. once again.
Shaq. Shaq, yes, he released 4 albums, including a debut album which went platinum. He was supposed to drop a 5th one in the early 2000s. It didn't end up working out.
No, exactly. We were talking earlier. We said that Shaq hasn't put out an album in a while.
No.
Will Smith hasn't put out an album in a while. Those two should link up.
And it would be the biggest dad rap album.
The most dadliest rap album of all time.
I think so.
They got to get Jay-Z up in there.
No, I feel like Jay-Z. Maybe Jay-Z would throw in like a 16 bar.
Yeah. Maybe a couple ad-libs here or there.
I don't know how much that would affect his career. We can move on now.
Okay, cool.
Question number 10, our final one, ending so soon. That sucks.
Sad.
It's a soccer one, actually.
Really?
We haven't had too many soccer ones.
No.
If you're a fan of the Premier League in England, you're going to like this one. Which player holds the record for most goals scored in the English Premier League? This player is regarded as a English legend. Actually played for 3 different teams and had 3 seasons where he scored 30 goals or more while playing in the top flight of English football.
Julian, did you watch the World Cup?
Of course I did.
Who were you rooting for?
So I was rooting for either France or Argentina, and so luck would have it they played against each other in the first round of the knockout phase.
Wow, that must have been heartbreaking for you.
I guess so, but at the end of the day, France ends up winning. So shout out to Paul Pogba and Antoine Griezmann and all those guys for getting the job done for France. Are we any closer to figuring out who the all-time leading goal scorer in Premier League history is?
So we've got a couple answers rolling in.
I bet like we're gonna get like a Ronaldo or
Mr. Ryan W. I think our reigning champion thus far.
Yeah.
He said Ronaldo, but it's not Ronaldo.
It is not Cristiano Ronaldo, who's since moved to Juventus in Serie A.
Really?
Yes.
So Eric Foreman said Messi, Lionel Messi, which...
Lionel Messi has yet to play a game in the Premier League.
Did you hear what I called him? Lionel Messi?
A lot of people have called him Lionel, some people call him Leo Messi. Yeah, no, I don't think you're completely off base.
Okay, good. I mean, I was worried about that. Cannon Roop's Horror Talk says Napoleon Dynamite, which I don't think is accurate. I feel like we would have heard about that had John Heater participated in that game.
Aren't you good at impressions? Can you do a good Napoleon Dynamite?
Freaking idiot. Gosh. Is that good?
I think that's way better than anything I would have done.
Okay, good.
There's no way I would have been able to pull off a decent John Heater
right.
one. Yeah, I feel like this is probably the ones you're going to be like, dang, I can't get it. You might have to cheat in Google and find it.
The Big Jack says Alan Shearer.
Alan Shearer, 260 goals. That makes him the all-time goal-scoring leader in Premier League history. So with that, we have gone through all 10 questions for Know Your Mojo Sports Edition. Another fun one in the books, Noah.
This was good.
Yeah, I think this one was really good. So a lot of repeat winners.
Yes.
Shout out to all of you guys for getting all those questions in right.
Really great stuff.
Can we go through how they can claim their prize?
Yes, basically, so what you guys have to do is, all you have to do is send an email to knowyourmojo@watchmojo.com. That email is in the description box down below. And we will be in touch with you.
That sounds like a plan. Noah, a pleasure to have done this show with you, my man.
Awesome stuff, Julian.
Yes, for sure. For Noah, I'm Julian. Thank you so much for tuning in to yet another episode of Know Your Mojo Sports Edition. Follow MojoTalks if you haven't already, and follow the big channel, WatchMojo, as well. So long, and we'll see you all next time.
Bye.
Stole the show, starring in